Hey, Nathan here, helping you become a better jungler. I have a review request from a player over on the European West server. He's Bronze 3. This is a Kayn game of his. He goes 6, 11, and 10. It is a loss. Why you want me to review this game specifically? He says he thinks his early game on Kayn's pretty solid. Gets form at 9 minutes. That's very good to get form at 9 minutes. I was slightly ahead, but then I started to throw my lead until the point where the game was lost beyond hope. Apparently doesn't really have a problem with throwing leads after he gets form. Thinks the reason is lack of focus during the game. There's pretty good self-awareness. I mean, if you're saying it right here, like, that's definitely a huge factor. If you're not focusing, you're just letting the dice rolls. You're just hoping your teammates, the enemy team makes mistakes and your team plays well. You don't want to be playing League like that. That's how you just lose games that, you should still win. Any specific moments of the game you want me to focus on? I want to know if the fact that I ganked top and finished early is good, or I neglected bot lane too much. Also, would like you to help me understand why I started to fall off after 9 minutes. Was it lack of map control, unawareness of the enemy's power spikes, or just a chain of bad plays? Okay, great. We'll take a look at this. I'll get into your win condition in a second. I just want to first take a look at your runes. So you're going Conqueror. Presence of mind. Okay, so this is an interesting topic. I think that I understand the theory behind Presence of Mind. Like, obviously with Kayn, you're not building mana items. You actually sort of do have mana problems. But I think that Triumph is just so much better in these skirmishes. The identity of Kayn is to keep surviving on low health and just being an annoyance for the team. Obviously, Presence of Mind is going to help you, get more abilities and off. But if you're managing your pool and you're ganking at the right times, like, you're not just completely wasting your mana, like for jungle camps and stuff, using your E especially, that uses a lot of mana. I don't think you need it, honestly. I just think Triumph is just too much better. You take Tenacity here. This makes a lot of sense. You go to Warwick, Shen, Jhin. There's a lot of CC here. I mean, you almost never take the Alacrity for Kayn. It's just really... unless you're versing literally no CC comp, it just doesn't make sense to take. You take Coup de Grace here. So same flawed philosophy with Triumph and Red Kayn. Last Stand is just so effective on Kayn. The fact that, again, low HP surviving. That is your identity and your goal as Kayn. The last thing gives you the extra damage. I mean, obviously, Coup de Grace is good into, squishy champions. Let's say, Kayn, Jhin. I mean, if you're versing other squishy champions, or maybe a Zyra or something, maybe you could take Coup de Grace. But the fact you're versing a Shen, Warwick set, these guys are very bruiser. The fights are going to go for a long time, especially in terms of 2v2 here. Then you take Sudden Impact, Ravenous Hunter. That's good. You go double AD armor. Great. You can go attack speed as well here, but as Kayn, I think it actually is just better to go double AD. It's sort of like a feel thing. If you feel like you're really just going to be AFK jungle farming, take the attack speed because it helps you clear. But I think that double AD again is fine. So only thing here I'll change here is Triumph and Last Stand. Okay, so let's take a look at your game. Okay, let's take a look at your win condition that you talked about. So, which lane you identify as win condition? He thinks there's a vulnerable matchup is the bot lane, as Shen counters Blitz very hard. Yes, definitely agree with that. Obviously, Blitz can sure hook in a Shen, but he can literally get out pretty easily with his taunt, his E, or he could literally just turn on Jinx and they could just, one-shot Jinx. So, definitely not be good to be, Blitzcrank hooking Shen. But, I mean, Jinx is obviously a very good hyperscaling champion to get ahead. And bot in general is a very good lane to be focused in still. I mean, the fact that you do have a Maokai and Set here, Maokais can carry you games through being super tanky, obviously. But the problem here is you just don't have enough damage between, especially early game Kayn, super weak, and a Maokai to kill Set. I'd say that maybe you could use your Maokai as a win condition if you were playing Lee Sin, Elise, or something that had strength and power, but you just really can't go top lane. You just don't have the damage between you and Maokai. So you go here saying, I focus my attention top. So already I think this is the wrong mistake because I wanted to give Maokai the ability to have kill potential on Set. Sure, but how are you going to kill him in the first place to get that kill potential? I mean, anyone can get kill potential on someone if they just get super far ahead in turn items, but you need to get them ahead in the first place. And you sort of need to visualize how ganks are going. Obviously, Maokai has a lot of CC to lock up Set, but in terms of risk of counter ganks as well, Warwick and Set will beat you guys 2v2 very convincingly. Then my second priority was in mid lane where Lux was already losing against a Kata, but she's too slippery. Yeah, Katarina is very slippery, especially as Kayn. I wouldn't be looking mid at all. I mean, Lux, if she hits a Q, maybe, but I think this game is really bot focus. Maybe top if you have red buff and you see an opportunity. but I think that you want to try and like utilize Blitzcrank hooks. Like, sure, it sucks into a Shen, but as you said here, it's going to be a vulnerable matchup. So let's get into the game now. All right. So it looks like you're up here defending. You actually place a ward on your blue, and you're potentially scared for an invade. Okay, so my view on this is if you stand here until like 1 minute 10 seconds and they don't invade, I doubt they're going to late invade. They might, but you potentially will have vision or, I mean, information of it. The way set will walk to lane. I think that's saving your ward and not switching on to sweeper. Just the fact that you actually don't have many options in terms of ganking early game. I want to save my ward, especially. This is more of a Kayn thing, and like junglers that are sort of just farming until, you know, you get form, you get level 6, which is your objective. Having the warding totem just to track and protect your lanes, track the Warwick, is, I think, much more important than trying to use sweeper to try and gank. Again, going to be very difficult to gank early game as Kayn into these champions. I mean, even bot is hard to gank with the Blitzcrank as a pre-6 Kayn without, you know, your form W, knock up and everything. Okay, so starting red here, I like this path. Red, Krugs, yep, this is definitely the most efficient path, especially with the new buffs to scaling Krugs experience and jungle camps in general. We just want to go for a full efficient path here. Alright, so looking at top right now, so set is pushed in. Maokai's trading not very ideally. Yeah, I think that this is just a, I mean, you still do have red buff. Okay, so you also need to take into account here where the Warwick is. We actually didn't look at where the Warwick went early game, just in terms of tracking. Let's just go back here. We're at 1 minute 30 seconds. I just want to know where, if you knew where Warwick started. Because sometimes Warwick can literally just solo leash a buff and you won't know. That's actually, I mean, this is definitely not a bronze thing. This is more high elo thing. So yeah, so set actually shows straight on the wave. So I would actually be assuming bot's not there yet, that yeah, that he started blue. So this means that in terms of this top gank, has now become incredibly risky. Even get this Rift Scuttler. So I wouldn't be looking to gank this at all. Clear this ward, do your Gromp, come down here, do Krugs. You actually Blitzcrank got first blood here. This is awesome. You've killed the gen. I want you to start snowballing this lane. I don't want you to go top at all. Actually, you don't even kill that ward. That's actually really not good. Now that they know that you're 100% backing off, set can freely knows where you are right now. So good that you didn't gank that. Again, Warwick is likely around here. You guys lose 2v2 very hard. You're coming back here. Huge mistake. You need to get your second Krugs. You need to be very efficient. And this is like, in terms of discipline, just knowing, maybe you can come here, help Maokai push out this lane. Again, I still think that's risky because Warwick's here. You know, these guys can just come in and just 2v2 you guys so easily. I think the safer option here is literally to... yeah, just go here, get bot Rift Scuttler. If it's still up, get some control wards, start placing them down, start protecting your bot. Your Jinx is absolutely win condition here. And look at that, Warwick shows up, kills him, you turn, and you're forced to burn your flash. So this is already a huge mistake. And this is, again, just assessing kill threat. Can we kill this set? We have a Maokai, we have a Kayn. Answer is no. Where is Warwick? That's another factor. Going through this gank checklist in your head will just make your gameplay so much more like methodical and consistent. Consistency wins games. Consistency helps you climb the solo queue ladder, not like 50-50 plays and dice rolling. So we see Warwick down here. He knows that you got top Rift Scuttler. He's going to take bot now. Again, if Warwick sat there and spent time and ganked that Maokai top, that's whatever. You would have double Rift Scuttlered him. That's amazing for you in terms of scaling and getting ahead as Kayn, which again, you high outscale Warwick. Like ridiculously hard outscale Warwick. He can't 1v1 you probably past like level 8, 9, 10. Not a chance, but especially when you've had form, like you outlife steal him. Alright, so we're going for a bot gank here. I actually like this. This is pretty good. Shen engages. This is great. So this is a good gank in terms of, I mean, again, you don't exactly know where Warwick is, but I'll be hedging my bets that he hadn't based yet, so he'll be looking to base. You know, it actually looks like he's built Tiamat. Out of curiosity, where is he? Oh, he's actually doing Dragon right now. Okay, so you actually based and got Tiamat and went straight to Dragon. Okay, do we know this? Okay, actually going back a little bit further here as well. So you buy a Warhammer. I would definitely be getting skirmishes, like get your jungle, unless you're going for a straightaway gank, which I guess you are doing here. Yes, Warhammer helps you better, but in terms of just jungle clearing and just like more strength in terms of, again, clear speed, which is what you want to be doing in terms of getting 6 as head as possible. The jungle item is just way better. And obviously helps you clear camps faster, again, with the machete passive. You go for the gank here, but the thing I also don't like about this is you don't have control wards, and I mean, you didn't have enough money to buy out of base. So you've just done Krugs, but you didn't have enough money to buy out of base. And like placing it in the river here, just to protect, because Warwick's objective is to get a early dragon, right? So if you came down here, place a ward here, a control ward here, you might not be able to do anything about it, contest it, but you just need to like scare him off potentially of it. Like if Warwick comes there and sees a control ward on it, he's going to be like, all right, well then it's not, there's no secret to me taking it anymore. Okay, wait, what happened here? You actually pinged back. Okay, you actually saw Warwick here, a very glimmer. You actually pinged it. So this gank is actually not good to be taken at all. I mean, in terms of the 3v3, like they could easily come down. He has Tiamat right now. So you ping it, and he just does dragon while you gank this. Okay, so you should have definitely just backed off this. Just use your E just to be like, hey Warwick, I'm on it. You don't want to actually engage him. Actually, looking at your Lux as well, she's priority mid. She could help you with this. So there's no way Warwick can do dragon. You can view it as a huge win if you just push Warwick off this dragon and keep farming, keep on farming. If you deny the early dragon from, you know, Warwick, like that's like a potential win condition for him. So, and like you gank this and your Jinx dies. And you don't burn Thresh, the Shen Flash. So this is actually really not good gank at all. And you lose dragon. Okay, so you come mid, you burn the Katarina's Flash. Again, I just want you to be farming your jungle camps right now. Do your Raptors, clear up here, and then we can look to go bot. These guys have been fighting a lot. I don't know if you've been using your F keys to look at Jhin. Like, obviously I can see that Jhin doesn't have Flash here, but a flashless Jhin with like obviously a Blitzcrank. I mean, again, it's going to be dependent on, you know, Blitzcrank hitting a hook, but very gankable still in terms of where you want to pressure. But again, your priority right here should still be to just be scaling here, not making too many risky plays. Again, I think that bot play was really risky, and again, it didn't really work out for you. All right, so you're looking at set again. I don't know. You clear the wall, that's good. You go for a regank. Maokai has no mana, but you have to solo this guy. You don't know where Warwick is again. And Warwick is most likely topside because he's done dragon. There's nothing more for him to get bot. So let's see how this plays out. Maokai actually comes to help you a little bit. Okay, really well played. A little bit too close to where I like him, but again, super big risk here. Like, let's actually have a look where Warwick is. He's doing his Krugs. So if he decided to have better map awareness, get off his Krugs, he could easily have helped that set there and killed you. And that would have been really bad for you. So again, these risks, you're not going through this gank checklist in your mind. It's like, where's Warwick? Do I have enough damage to kill the set? I mean, obviously you did there. But again, a little bit too close for my liking. Alright, so you base. So you're skipping your topside camps now. So you basically get form. Okay, I think this is fine. And you also get your warriors. So that's actually a really good base there. I actually like that you skipped your camps. Warriors are a huge item spike. You get 2 control wards. This is good stuff. Alright, you force Warwick out. Definitely he can't fight you at all. I mean, I guess the good thing about that top gank there is you did get your form. I mean, again, so many things could have gone wrong there. If you died, you wouldn't have got form, right? So yeah, you're definitely trying to use top as a win condition here. So this is, like, you have a 30 CS Maokai. The amount of resources you have to put into potentially making this Maokai be able to survive this lane alone and solo kill set is next to, like, it's going to take you like 10-15 minutes. You don't have that time. You need to clear your Gromp, your Wolves, your Raptors. Like, you need a full clear of jungle. You can't be wasting your time here. This is not good at all. And you actually go for a invade here. Again, we don't know where Warwick is. We don't know where Cat is. Okay, we actually see Cat here, and now you're fighting Warwick, and now you're going to die here. So again, checklist. Where's the enemy jungler? Mid lane has priority. Your Lux couldn't help you. Your Maokai, he's not the fastest champion. I mean, look at his items. He's just got tank items. A little bit damaged by Cinder. And the worst thing about it, the enemy team saw you top, and then they saw you come down. It's like, well, where's Kayn? Oh, I'm sure he's probably taking Raptors. Kayn loves to steal Raptors. So it's sort of a bit too obvious. The worst thing about this is you've died with all your jungle camps up, especially as Kayn, is the worst. You never want to get into this situation ever. Like, every second that you're dead is less time you resetting your camps, getting experience, getting gold. Like, it completely ruins your momentum. Like, I would actually view this in terms of my Kayn game, like, I lose the game here. I mean, I'll keep reviewing it for at least to the point where I think that it's literally like a lost cause, as you said, that the game got to a point where there was no hope. But really bad in terms of momentum now. And you lose Rift Herald off that as well. Okay, so the bot wave is pushing a little bit here. Can maybe look for a gank. I mean, in terms of like mid as well, like you really have no options but bot here. You can only, right now in this stage of the game, farm, and keep going bot. And making sure you're sort of tracking the Warwick, but Cat can easily roam and easily clean you guys up. Like, your Lux and Maokai are literally halved in CS right now. Alright, really good W, ganks and kills. Okay, cool. Straight away, let's just keep going farming our jungle. And then I want you to re-gank. The Jhin has burnt both summoners, so full clear up, base, go back bot side. Don't care about Dragon, don't care about all that. They can let them have it. Cat has priority mid. Your Lux is in base. We can't do Dragon here, we don't know where Warwick is. Alright, actually, I think you can just take Rift Scully here and zip away with your E if Cat comes. Alright, worst thing here for you to do is kill this Cat. Your Lux has just thrown her Q as well. And this is a 2-0 Hextech Gunplay Cat who's 2 levels ahead of both of you. Oh, I mean, at most you'll burn her flash, maybe. Super risky. Again, we don't know where Warwick is. Okay, we actually do burn her flash and Shenot, which is actually pretty good. But there we go, Cat's now 4-0. Again, a mistake, something you didn't need to do. These are all unavoidable mistakes if you're just assessing the situations right. You even said to yourself, power spikes. I mean, Cat is insanely fed. She has a Hextech Gunblade. She's 2 levels ahead of you. You know, I just don't see that going. Unless Lux hits a really good Q and you can chain CC off your W, you know, that's just not going to work. And as you can see, it didn't. Again, clear Rift Skullock here, red, Raptors, Wolves, Gromp, don't care about top at all. I mean, actually, maybe you actually could have potentially come top here by now. Like, if a free kill's a free kill, you know? And then you could just base and go bot side. Alright, and then you lose Dragon off this. But again, worst thing about it is you died. Your camps are all still up now. Your camps are, as Kayn, I want to see your camps on cooldown constantly. That's what you need to be doing. Again, your objective right here is actually, I mean, you're actually a potential win condition of this game. That's something I forgot to mention. It's like, you scaling is definitely a huge win condition of this game. Alright, so I would not be looking again. You're 1v1 at Kate, who's now 4-0. I mean, you're digging yourself an even bigger hole here. You do have Flash, but you're a level 11 Kayn. I mean, you're level 9 Kayn to a level 11 Cat. She's 4-0. You're just giving her more and more kills. Like, your momentum has been completely ruined so many times. And look at this. Again, you're dead. Guess what? All your topside camps are up. Again, more time not getting experience in gold. So Cat's roaming down bot here. I think they're just going to die. Alright, we actually see Warwick. Okay, this actually might be good for you. So Maokai's full health. Let's just back off. Oh, you queue in here. I can see you queue in. Just be patient. Like, Rift Herald's on 4,700 health. They're like stuck in this cage here. Just hover around here. Wait for your Maokai to come. I think you guys actually win this hard 2v2 at this point. Actually, you don't have Altars Kayn, but still think you win this. The fact that Rift Herald's going to keep hitting them. They're going to start panicking. The Maokai can just engage. He's actually level 11 right now, so he actually is ahead of level, like, set. Like, come in on here. You just be patient. Look at this. You're 1v2 right now with no ult. And you're dead. Your bot dies, and you're going to lose Herald. Alright, so yeah, this is where the game's over right now. This is where I'm going to end the review. You made so many crucial mistakes in terms of the way you're thinking of ganking as Kayn, and Again, tracking the enemy jungler. Where are they? Is this a risk I want to take? And just not prioritizing camps enough. This is always the trap I see Canes fall into. And they get into holes like this game while you're 1-4-1. You keep thinking, I'm a jungler. I have to gank, otherwise my laners get far ahead. Otherwise they'll get too far behind. Like, yes, your laners are behind, but you ganked, but they still didn't get ahead. Because Kane's just so weak in terms of early game. And these champs you're versing. Like, you actually lost this game quicker for yourself by ganking. Like, that's the level of the ganks that you were doing here that, again, weren't very smart in terms of the risk reward. So that's going to wrap up this review here. You can check out my full notes over on my blog. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.